The biggest regret you can have in your study abroad journey is choosing the wrong country. So today, instead of telling you where to go, I am going to tell you 5 countries you should seriously think twice about in 2027. I am Fathima Zohra, founder of ZedRoutz. Everything I am sharing today is based on research and ground reality, not what agents push, not what looks good on Instagram. Let's get into it. Number 5 is Italy, and I get why people are drawn to it. Affordable universities, great climate, friendly people, and simple immigration process. But here's what underneath that. First, there's no minimum wage in Italy. Most of Europe has one, Italy doesn't. So you will likely get underpaid for the work you do. Second is the language problem. Less than 15% of people in Italy speak English. Compare that to Germany or France, where it's over 50%. Without fluent Italian, even daily life becomes difficult, forget finding a job. Third is the economy. Italy has grown less than 1% a year for the last decade. Youth unemployment is sitting at 20%. 1 in 5 young Italians can't find work, and you would be competing in that same market as an outsider. Now, should you avoid Italy completely? Not necessarily. If you get into a top university like Bocconi, Politecnico di Milano, the brand name will carry you. Or if you are studying something in their skill shortage list like IT, manufacturing, healthcare, construction, logistics, you have a real shot. For everyone else, Italy needs serious caution. Number 4 is UAE, and on paper this looks incredible. Safe country, booming economy, and now top universities like NYU, London Business School, even BITS Pilani have campuses there. So why am I telling you to be careful? First, there's barely any post-study work visa. You get a visit visa valid for just 120 days. If you don't find a job in that window, you can't even renew it. You go home. Second is permanent residency is extremely difficult. Golden visa route requires an investment of around 4.7 crore rupees. That's simply not realistic for most students. Third is, and this is the big one, there's an active regional conflict right now involving UAE allies. Safety is a genuine concern, and these situations don't resolve quickly. The exception here, if you already have 2 to 3 years of work experience in IT, engineering or business, you become eligible for that visa. For fresh graduates with no experience, I would not recommend UAE right now. Number 3 is Luxembourg, highest GDP per capita in the world and public university fees under 1 lakh rupees a year. Sounds perfect, right? Here's the catch. There is only one public university in the entire country, that is University of Luxembourg. That's it. Everything else is private and often more expensive than universities elsewhere in Europe. Cost of living is very high. A 1 BHK apartment alone costs around 1,600 euros a month, and food and expenses, and you're looking at almost 3 lakh rupees a month just to live. And the job market is tiny, fewer than 10,000 new job openings, and that number is shrinking. To even compensate, you need to learn Luxembourgish, French and German. The only real exception, if you get into University of Luxembourg specifically for finance or IT, where starting salaries are genuinely high. Otherwise, this country is extremely difficult to make. The only real exception, if you get into University of Luxembourg specifically for finance or IT, where starting salaries are genuinely high. Otherwise, this country is extremely difficult to make work financially. Number 2 is Malta. Affordable education, English is widely spoken, and there's even a scheme that refunds up to 70% of your tuition once you start working. Sounds great, right? But here's the reality. Most jobs in Malta are tourism and construction. These are blue collar roles, and Malta is a tiny country, even smaller than Luxembourg. If you're genuinely okay working in hospitality or construction, Malta can work for you. But if you're expecting white collar opportunities after your degree, you will be disappointed. Final one is China. Yes, China. In 2025, over 5,000 Indian students actually went to study there, more than those who went to Spain, Denmark, Sweden and Norway combined. China doesn't have the typical problem. Strong universities, several in the global top 100, and a growing economy creating over a crore jobs a year. So why is it number 1 on the avoid list? Because of geopolitics. India and China are direct rivals, both growing economies, both with global ambitions. That tension makes it genuinely difficult for Indian students to be trusted in the job market, and that is likely to get worse, not better. The one real exception, if you have a background in English literature or teaching and you're open to teaching English in China, the demand is high and the barriers are low. So just be before I wrap up, these are not never go countries. They are go in only with specific situations countries. If your situation matches the exceptions I mentioned for each one, great, you can make it work. But if you're going in blindly just because a country sounds attractive or because a consultant pushed it, that's exactly how students end up stuck in debt with nothing to show for it. If this gave you a fresh perspective, that's exactly why I make this channel. Subscribe so you don't miss the videos that help you avoid expensive mistakes like this if it opened your eyes to something you did not know. Comment below, were you considering any of these 5 countries? Let me know which one surprised you, and if you know someone who's about to make a decision blindly, send this to them. See you in the next one.